This is Braggins Adventures. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Andrew with Braggins Adventures, and I'd like to welcome you to Pro Tips. Pro Tips is our monthly series where we give you our exclusive pro tips to help make your travel experience better. Now today, I want to talk about cruise essentials. And while I'm calling it cruise essentials, a lot of the stuff could apply to any kind of travel, land, air, or sea. So even if you don't have a cruise coming up, I definitely recommend watching the entire video, and you'll probably find one or two things that you definitely want to add to your packing list. Before we get started, if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button and that notification bell. At the end of the year, we give out gift cards for Amazon to our subscribers, and it obviously helps the channel grow. If you find something helpful in today's video, please do click that like button. That also helps us with the algorithm. And hey, if you've got questions or comments, hit us up in the comments below. We love hearing from you. We love chatting with you. If you haven't or you didn't know, we're also across social media. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well. It's at Braggins Adventures. No matter where you go, one easy username for you to remember. All right, so cruise essentials. I'm going to start with the cruise survival kit. I have these cool bags that I found on Amazon, and I use them both as an event planner and as a travel vlogger. I use them in both cases. They just help keep things organized, much in the same way you guys might use a travel cube. We haven't gotten into travel cubes yet. Some friends bought some for us. We're going to try them for the first time officially for our March 31st cruise on the Norwegian Bliss, and I'll come back and let you know how that goes. But in the meantime, I am using these plastic bags. They're thick, they're zippered, they're see-through. They're just great for keeping stuff organized. So one of my bags is the cruise survival kit. Now, this is just a list of things that I put together years ago that helps make the cruise experience better overall. Some of the stuff might be a little outdated, but I do still carry it just in case. And if I'm missing something, let me know in the comments below if you think I should add something to my cruise survival kit. All right, so we're going to start with binoculars. Have to have binoculars when you go on a cruise. It's just an absolute must. It's going to help you see some of the wildlife better when you're in port, like if you're going to a place like the Grand Canyon or Alaska or Hawaii or whatever, on a land-based or a sea-based trip. Binoculars. They don't take up very much space. You don't need NASA quality telescopes and stuff. You just need something that's going to maybe help you see that bald eagle a little bit better. Next up is a deck of cards. I always carry a deck of cards. It's like 1,000 games in one. Takes up very little space. Absolutely make sure you have yourself a deck of cards in your survival kit. Up next is some dish soap. It's pretty simple. We pack like a water bottle, which I'll get to later on in this list. And it just makes it nice to be able to wash it out here and there. This little portable dish soap is TSA approved. It's environmentally friendly, and it's just a good thing to just carry, even if you're not going to use it. Next up, duct tape. Duct tape, guys, duct tape. I'm not recommending that you buy this giant roll of duct tape and try to fit that in your suitcase. No, this is a little travel roll, a survival roll, if you will. You can find it in any camping store, or I've linked in the description below, as I will with all of the items on this list. It's just great if you're camping and your air mattress gets a tear. Duct tape will fix it long enough for you to get through your trip. If you're on a cruise and you caught your backpack on the corner of the desk on the way out of the room, you can fix that hole with duct tape. Duct tape fixes everything. And if you need more proof, check out a show called Mythbusters. It used to be on the Discovery Channel. It's obviously no longer on the air, but the shows are infinitely rewatchable. Alyssa and I had the fortune to visit M5 Industries, where it was filmed on our most recent trip to San Francisco. I got to talk to Jamie Heidemann beforehand to get permission to shoot on the property, and it was just a really cool experience for me. But anyway, they do a couple of duct tape episodes, including one where they build a boat out of duct tape, and it actually floats. So that blew my mind. Carry some duct tape. Up next, might seem a little overkill, but an emergency blanket. You never know when you're going to run out of gas and maybe have to spend a few hours in your car in the cold, or the heating system's going to go out on the cruise ship. This little thing takes up very little space, and it could potentially honestly save your life. Up next, an eyeglass repair kit. Pretty self-explanatory, whether they're prescription frames or sunglasses. If you need to do some repairs, you want to have this. First aid kit. Obviously, you need to have one of these, especially if you're on a cruise. Going to the medical center, even for something itty bitty and minor like a scratch that you need a band-aid for, can cost a fortune. So carrying some of those basic first aid supplies in this small little kit is an absolute must. Up next is kind of a double feature. It's a flashlight is really what I'm talking about, but you'll see the rubber bands wrapped around, which I'll talk about in a moment. Flashlight's great. You know, hotel rooms and especially inside cruise ship cabins can get very dark. Having a flashlight that you can just click on and off, super cool. The rubber bands are just a good thing to carry. They work really well for like flip-flop repairs, or if your luggage falls apart and you need to hold it together, you can use some rubber bands to do that, and they take up very little space. I just keep mine wrapped around the flashlight because that's an easy storage solution for me. Up next is a Gerber shard. This is just kind of a little multi-tool. It is TSA approved, so you can carry it in your carry-on, and it's just for emergencies. Unfortunately, I've never had to use mine, but you might need it, and it doesn't take up any space, so why not, right? Hand sanitizer is an absolute must, especially in a post-COVID world. I find myself constantly washing these. And I like this container because it's refillable. So I can buy one of those bulk size ones that is cheaper and then just refill this prior to each trip. It is TSA sized, under 3.4 ounces. So you can obviously have that as your carry-on. The next two items they're probably outdated now. Given that the world's kind of gone digital, but I used to pack a highlighter and a permanent marker, little mini versions of both, and that was for like the paper fun times, like on a Carnival cruise. We would highlight what we want to do, and then we can make notes with the Sharpie. They're probably not needed anymore, and I might take them out in the future, but for now, they take up so little space, they're in the bag. All right, insect repellent and mosquito bands. We're going to talk about a couple of things here. Insect repellent, this is a TSA approved size, and it's for when you're doing those deep woods hikes. Like if you're in the rainforest in Hawaii on a shore day, or you're doing a hike up in Alaska, you're going to want this more in-depth insect repellent. The mosquito bands are kind of a lightweight version of that. They don't have the smell, which is great, and you're not having to constantly reapply because they'll last up to like 160 hours. The bands, you basically put one on one wrist and then one on your opposing ankle, and it creates kind of a bubble around you, and they do work. I absolutely love these things. Up next is laundry detergent and a lint roller. So we like to pack these little laundry detergent sheets. They're TSA approved, as is everything I'm going to talk about on this list, by the way. And they're just little soap sheets, basically. You throw them in laundry. If you've ever been in a cruise ship laundry room, you know how expensive that laundry detergent can be. So this is quite a nice solution. Lint roller is pretty self-explanatory. You got to get that cat fur off before formal night, right? All right. Up next, kind of a 2-for-1 for me, but they're two separate items for most people. A nail kit, like a mani-pedi kit, and then a sewing kit. Mine happen to be in the same container here. You never know when you're going to get that hangnail, and you're going to need to do a little TLC on your nails. And then a sewing kit, if you tear your dress or your suit, you could do a quick little stitch on that as well. Up next, again, this is going to seem overkill for some of you, but a paracord bracelet. It's like 100 feet of paracord wrapped up into a very space-saving bracelet. Why do I carry this? Well, if your suitcase ever falls apart, or your duffel bag completely falls apart, or you just need to keep things compact, this is 100 feet of cord. You can tie it up. It's very durable. It's strong enough to hold a human body as far as weight goes. So it will hold up to like sealing your luggage. If like your zipper breaks and you need to get it home, you can wrap this paracord around it and kind of use it as a seal. Not sure how happy the TSA is going to be with you for doing it that way, but it does work. Anyway, up next is pillow. Guys, air travel sucks. We know it does, and having a little travel pillow, an inflatable travel pillow, can make it just that much better. I like this one in particular because it has that like soft fur around it, and it just makes it even a little bit better. Up next is quart-sized bags. Maybe you need to pack snacks for your port day, and you have this large bag of things that you need to transfer down into a smaller bag to throw in your backpack. Quart-sized bags, they're just great. Also, if your shampoo bottle springs a leak, you can throw it in a quart-sized bag so it can make it home without getting shampoo all over everything in your suitcase. C-bands, my wife swears by these. If you are prone to seasickness, rather than take a bunch of drugs or try a bunch of old wives' tales, try the C-bands. They might be completely mental, or the acupressure system could actually work, but either way, my wife swears by them. They don't take up very much space. They do come in different sizes, so make sure you get a size appropriate for your wrist. I fortunately have never had to use mine, but Alyssa uses them almost every single cruise, and I've lended mine out to other people on cruises. They're a great little thing to have. All right, up next, a sweat towel. I tend to sweat a lot, so I like to carry this little like water wicking towel with me. I usually wear it here around my neck, and then when I'm out in port or whatever, I can dab the sweat off of me, and it automatically soaks it up from some of my heavier sweat zones right here around the neck. A umbrella. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Carry an umbrella. If you're going somewhere where rain could happen, a lightweight travel umbrella can save your life. All right, underwater cell phone cases. So I've got two different kinds on the screen, and I do carry them both. The thicker one is awesome because you're guaranteed your phone's dry in there. It also has some Bluetooth technology built into it, but you have to keep it charged, where you can press a button on it and it will send the signal, like take pictures on your camera inside, so you're not trying to like press through the plastic. The downfall to that one is that it's really hard to get in and out. I mean, you have to unscrew all the screws to get your phone out. And that can kind of be a pain, especially if you're just doing it for one or two shots. The other option is this soft-sided one. These work really well. You drop your cell phone in and it folds over much like a dry sack, and then, zipper seal shut. Are they 100% reliable? Probably not. The way to test it is make sure it's completely dry, throw a piece of paper or a paper towel in there, and then close it like you normally would. Submerge it like in your sink or your bathtub for 5 minutes, and then open it all up, shake it off obviously first, and then pull out that piece of paper or that paper towel. If it is still dry, then you're probably good to go. That means there's no cracks or anything. It's kind of a personal choice which one you prefer to use. I kind of flip-flop between the two, if we're being honest. All right, up next, a water wallet. This is very small. It's not going to hold everything from your pockets or your wallet even, but it'll hold your hotel room key. It'll hold an ID and maybe a credit card. And if you have an older vehicle, your car key can probably slide in there as well. Just a good thing to have. We use it if we're going like beaching, like in Hawaii or something. I'll usually have it around my neck with some of those staples inside there. Wipes is up next, and no, I know it says flushable wipes. I don't use them in that. Please stop flushing wipes. They're not flushable. Even if they say flushable, they're not flushable. Your plumbing bills will go excruciatingly high if you continue to flush these things, and please do not do it on a cruise ship, whatever you do. No, I pack these because they're great ways to stay clean between showers, basically. So if you're out and about, if you're out in port and it's a hot day and you're sweating a lot, these wipes can do a real good job of taking care of your hygiene, and then dispose of them in a trash can, please. Last up, wrinkle releaser. This stuff is a lifesaver for those elegant nights on the cruise ship, right? You had your nice clothes packed, right? And even though you hung them up, the second you got in your room, well, elegant night was the next night, and they're just not quite de-wrinkled yet. Spray a little bit of this, rub it, and then shake it, and it usually pulls most of the wrinkles out. After you've done that, if you still find a few, hang it in the bathroom while you're taking a hot shower, and that will pull the rest out for you. All right, that is my cruise survival kit, and it's in this plastic bag. It just goes in the suitcase or your backpack or whatever. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space. It takes up some space once it's all combined like that in that bag, but not a whole lot. All right, I've got other things that we take as well that I also kind of organize into these separate bags, but I'm going to call these all essentials as well, and I'll just go through them real quickly. First up, towel bands. If you're on a cruise and you're out at sea and it's windy, your towel can easily blow away. If you're at a hotel at the pool, it's a windy day, your towel can easily blow away. These towel bands work similar to the clips, except they're really cool. You slide them over the back of the chair with your towel on it, and it just kind of, it's like a rubber band, a giant rubber band. I love these things. I definitely think they're necessary if you're going on a cruise and you plan on spending some time at the pool. Room hooks, magnetic hooks. If you didn't know, cruise ship walls are all magnetic. They're metal. So having these hooks, and I have a couple different sizes, you put them on the metal wall, and it frees up space of stuff that might be sitting on the desk or on your bed or on the nightstand or in a drawer somewhere. For example, hats. We hang hats up on them. Your little backpack can hang on it. On a cruise ship, we have our lanyards with our sign and sale cards. We hang those on a hook right by the door, so we never leave the room without them. They're just great. I absolutely love these hooks for you. Travel backpack. This is a portable backpack that shrinks down to this size right here. And it opens up to a pretty good sized bag. It's great for port days when you don't want to take a big heavy backpack, but you're like, oh, I bought some stuff, now I need a backpack. This might have been clipped on your belt to start, and then you can suddenly open it up and you have a full backpack. It's also great for trips where you forgot to allow yourself space for souvenirs. You can open this up, and it's now a whole nother bag that you can take with you to go home. Luggage scale. This is an absolute must if you're flying. You do not want to pay those overage charges at the airport, and you certainly don't want to be the person that has all their suitcases open at the airport where you're moving things around trying to get the right weight. Figure it out at your hotel before you leave. Luggage scale will save your day. Before I get to the electronic stuff, let's move on to a travel jacket. This little jacket compresses into this bag. Yeah, it's wrinkled. Sure, but if you give it a shake, it's made out of that material where if you shake it hard enough, the wrinkles will all jump out. It's a good little windbreaker. It's not going to keep you warm in the Alaskan wilderness in the middle of winter, but it will keep you warm enough in a breezy summer day in Alaska. I've had this jacket for a long time, and I absolutely love it. It also helps keep you dry if there's a sudden sprinkle happening. Laundry basket. This has been a game changer. Keep your dirty clothes separate from your clean stuff on the way home. Use this laundry basket in your hotel room or your cruise ship cabin throughout the entire trip. It holds several days worth of dirty clothes, and then it drawstrings clothes. You throw it in your suitcase without contaminating any of your other stuff. On that note, this is a brand new one for us, the travel poncho. So this is a really great little thing. We bought it for a recent trip to Disneyland because we had looked at the weather and saw that it was going to be raining, and this was a lifesaver. It kept us dry, it kept us warm, it kept us happy, and then it compresses into this neat little sack, so you can clip that on your belt. It doesn't weigh very much at all, but it is infinitely higher quality product than the ones that the theme parks are going to sell you. Let's talk about Travel Captain. Travel Captain is a little stuffed bear that we got on a recent trip to Vegas. And when I say recent, it was probably a year ago now. We have a cat at home. His name's Captain. He's adorable, and we love him. And we wish we could take him with us on Braggins Adventures, but he's just too old to travel. We oftentimes have people check in on him or spend the entire time with him. But if it's a short trip, we'll leave him home alone. We've got plenty of cameras. He's got 6 days worth of food and 2 weeks worth of water. But that doesn't mean we don't get lonely. So Alyssa will oftentimes cuddle this just like it's the cat, or put it up on her head where the cat likes to sleep when we're at home, just to give her that little sense of normalcy. And yes, we're fully aware it's a stuffed dog, but he doesn't need to know that. All right, let's talk food and beverage wise. We like to take both a coffee mug and a water bottle with us, and they're both insulated. And the reason for that is we like to walk around with our beverages or take them back to our balcony when we're on a cruise ship. And the mug will keep the coffee and the tea hot longer, and then the Hydro Flask, or it's not necessarily that brand, but it's like Kleenex, right? The water bottle will keep the cold beverages cold longer. Um, they don't take up too much space. They do kind of have a little weight to them, but we do like taking them, especially when we're cruising, and that's what that dish soap that I mentioned earlier is for. And then last food and beverage related thing is these hydration packs. Now, if you've watched our channel for even a hot second, you know that we tend to drink quite a bit when we're out and about for Braggins Adventures. We review a lot of breweries, wineries, distilleries. We do the Cheers package when we're on Carnival cruises. We review a lot of bars when we're out traveling. We got to stay hydrated. And if you have like an unlimited beverage package, sure, you get a bottomless water and bottomless Gatorade. And we do consume those things during the day. But I feel like these do a better job of hydrating you and helping you out. So we like to start each day with one when we're traveling. And that kind of sets our pace for the day as far as hydration goes. They're not cheap, but they're worth every single penny. All right, let's talk about Poo-Pourri. Poo-Pourri is a fairly new item for us because we used to just suffer through it. If you've been on a cruise, you know the bathrooms are small, the rooms are small, they're tight spaces, and if someone does their business in there, that smell is going to permeate everything. Poo-Pourri fixes all of that. I didn't believe it, but it does. It really does work. You're supposed to spray it before you go, but I found that if you spray it afterwards, it works just as well. It really does. It eliminates the odor, and it's just going to make you and your roommates happier, whether it's a spouse or if you're staying with other people. Poo-Pourri. Absolutely Poo-Pourri. All right, let's talk passports real quick. We have these little folders. I like them. Passports are kind of thin, and I oftentimes feel like, oh man, where'd my passport go? You won't feel that way with this, and that's a weird thing to say. Like, it sounds like I'm not being complimentary, but I really am. I like having this thicker wallet. It's got space for your other identification, credit cards, and should we go through another pandemic where you need a vaccination, there's a spot for that as well. They're classy. They're bulky enough that you know you have it when you have it, but not so bulky that you're going to be like, this is uncomfortable to have in my pocket. They still fit in the pocket. I love them. All right, last thing I want to talk about is electronics. So we carry a travel fan, which I absolutely love. Like I said, I get hot fairly easily. This fan tends to just put that little bit of breeze on me to make it feel like I'm having that fresh air experience. It takes a very little space, and it's USB powered. You can't go wrong there. Another USB powered item is our travel humidifier. This, we dry out a lot. I have a lot of sinus issues, a deviated septum. Having a travel humidifier is a lifesaver because I wake up in the morning without a sore throat and without dry nasal passages. I highly recommend this. Doesn't hold a whole lot of water. You're not going to run this one for 12 or 14 hours, but it will get you through the night. And then I usually run it during the day as well. I refill it and run it so that it just constantly is putting humidity in the room. Power bank. On a cruise ship, you cannot have a surge protector, so this one's great because it is not a surge protector. It gives you multiple outlets and USB ports and a nice long cable so you can kind of move power around the room where you need. If you've ever been on a cruise, you know there's usually only one outlet. Some of the newer ships have a couple, but having this has been a lifesaver, especially with vlogging because we have additional devices that we have to charge every night, like a laptop, hard drive, microphones, cameras, that kind of thing. So having these extra outlets is a huge plus for us. That being said, we also bring a portable charger. Everywhere you go wants you to use an app now. You know, when you're on a cruise ship, the menus are on the app. When you're at Disneyland, everything's on the app. So that drains your battery. And then also we obviously film and take photos with our cell phones as well, and that drains your battery. So having one of these is great. This one's a custom one that was from an event, so I can't link to the specific one, but I'll get you pretty close. The nice thing and the thing I like about this one is I can actually charge 3 devices at a time. There's 2 USB ports off of it, as well as that wireless charging on top, and that just makes it really handy. Just don't forget to also pack the USB cable when you head out to port for the day or to the theme park or wherever you're taking this portable charger to. Last thing that's in this electronics bag is the breathalyzer. Like I mentioned before, we tend to have a few beverages, and it's always fun to see like where the drinks go inside our body, and find out what our blood alcohol content is. Also, if we're on a road trip or we're going to be driving after we're drinking, we obviously want to be safe. So we do carry this for that reason as well. All right, guys, that's my cruise essentials. Most of this stuff would work for other kind of travel as well. You don't have to pack it all, but I hope you found one or two things that you thought, wow, I need to get one of those. And if you did, I have a full list in the description below with links for you to purchase these items on Amazon. If you have Prime, they'll be delivered in 2 days. If you don't, Amazon does that thing where if you hit a $35 minimum, they'll give you free shipping anyway. Buying through the links below is a great way to support this channel. They are affiliate links, which means we'll make a couple of pennies off your purchase. And if enough of you do that, it goes a long way, right? Did I forget something? Am I missing something on my cruise essentials list? Let me know in the comments below. And again, if you haven't done so already, please do hit that subscribe button. It really does help us out. If you're unaware about the contest, there's a pinned video on our channel that talks all about the contest for 2024. You can win a $100 Amazon gift card just for being a subscriber. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Anyway, come chat with us on social media. And you know what? Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.